Hi, I'm James, and today I'll be melting 2 kilos of lead shot that I've got from somewhere. So we need some safety equipment.
Face mask, gloves, eyeglasses, and overalls. I can't breathe, but I'm quite safe and completely protected.
Right, to melt the lead, we will need a stainless steel bowl, a tray for pouring the molten lead into, the molten lead itself, pliers for picking up the metal bowl, a spatula for skimming off the lead scum, and a bucket for quenching the lead ingots in, which will be filled with water. Lead has a melting point of 400 degrees centigrade, so we've lit this fire, and using wood we've collected over the last year, we're going to raise the temperature. I have no idea how to gauge the temperature. We're just going to have to wait and see how hot it is, if it melts the hairs on my eyebrows. Right, it's nicely burning now with a load of logs on there, so I think the temperature might be up. So we're going to put the bowl on and pour the lead in. Right, we have some progress. It's definitely starting to melt, so I just got to pile on the firewood and keep blowing at it. Right, all the lead shot has melted there. The shells don't melt apparently, they're made of something else. So we got a nice pool there. We're going to put some more lead in because it makes it easier when to melt the rest. Right, it is melting, but I don't think the melting point is high enough. We need a furnace or something. So I come up with this idea of using this foot pump, connecting it to a copper pipe and sticking that up the end of my fire bucket. I might introduce some air instead of me flapping about with a board. Well, it's rather crude, but I think it's making a difference. Okay, all the lead in the balls seem to have melted. We've got a nice pool of lead there. I'm just wondering, have all those shells emptied? Am I going to have to empty all that scum off? So I'm just going to help it along with a flamethrower. We've been roasting my eggs for about an hour now, so I assume all those shells cannot melt, so I'm going to skim them out with a spatula and place them on a board. Right, we've got enough dross as we can out of there. It doesn't have to be that pure, it's just an experiment. There's a pile of dross for you. So now we're going to stoke up the fire, make sure it's well melted, and then pour it into the moulds. So we got some of it in there. Wasn't an ideal technique. We need to review that. Right, test 2. Completely unorthodox and dangerous, but we have 8 ingots we don't know what to do with. Right, we've melted down the excess into the trays. Now we have 8 perfectly formed lead ingots. So we just pour those out. Very heavy, giving them a chance to dry. Very cold, so we're going to drop them into the acid bath, water bath. And obviously they're cold enough not to make a difference, but it'll cool them down anyway. And we'll leave that and wonder what to do with the lead poisoned water afterwards. There's our 8 ingot babies sitting in the bath. I'm not going to get lead poisoning when I go for a bath, am I?